Hello ladies, welcome back to my channel. In this video, I'm going to share 4 things I did in the last 10 years that has helped me get hotter, richer, and happier, which has led me to build 3 six-figure online businesses, live in almost every single big city in Australia solo, live in high-rise apartment buildings, near the beach, move to Bali, and completely elevate my lifestyle. I'm so excited to share what I have learned, and my intention today is to help you along your journey, whether that is being evidence that you can do it too. You can take a big leap unfolding what has been laying on your heart, transforming how you think about yourself in relation to financial freedom, wealth, abundance, and how it is available to you too, and overall aspects of your life that you maybe haven't thought of that has the potential to be the catalyst of your growth. So the first one is self-concept work. So when I first got into self-development, I was acquainted with the law of attraction, manifestation, and mindset work, which got me far, which helped me earn 5-figure months in my businesses and helped me travel the world. And only until I stumbled across and fully understood what self-concept work was, it completely changed my life. It's a magical formula that once you understand that you actually hold 100% responsibility and control of your current and your future circumstances through your beliefs, through your thoughts, through your speech patterns about yourself and of others, you can be and attract anything you want. For example, if you want to be a 6-figure online entrepreneur and you are currently right now making $0, maybe you haven't started your business, or maybe you have and you're making a couple hundred or a couple $1,000s a month, you need to write this down. Number 1, what would the 6-figure version of myself believe about our business? It's making 10K months. It's constantly rolling in with new clients. It is consistently financially supporting me. Number 2, what would the 6-figure version of myself believe about the value she could add to people's lives? She will get tons of comments, DMs, emails sent to her about how much her content and her program has changed their lives, how they are a completely different person. Number 3, what would the 6-figure version of myself believe about how easily she could sell her offers? People buy the same day they find me. I wake up to sales I've made in my sleep. The more fun I have in my business, the more money I make. Every time I raise my prices, people buy. Number 4, what would the 6-figure version of myself believe about her audience? They regard her as the expert, sought after coach, a mind-blowing mic drop woman who leads with confidence, emotional intelligence, top-tier knowledge, activating mindset shifts. Number 5, how would the 6-figure version of myself show up to her business? With integrity, consistency, with heart, soul, authenticity. She's not afraid to be herself and to be seen. She's confident, she's certain. The self-concept work is first writing down what you think the 6-figure version of yourself would act, behave, perceive about herself and of others, her audience, and instantly showing up as her. Not tomorrow, not next week, not in a year, but today. The quicker your identity shifts to the 6-figure version of yourself, the quicker you will collapse the time to experiencing that reality. This is called jumping timelines. You're jumping to a timeline and reality where you are a 6-figure entrepreneur because you have adopted her beliefs, her speech patterns, how she walks, how she talks, how she shows up in her business. Your 3D reality cannot help but reflect that version of you because your 3D is you pushed out. If you are emitting an identity of a 6-figure entrepreneur, how you regard yourself, perceive yourself in relation to money, to making sales, how your audience responds to you, how you lead your life, your external world has to mirror that back. And once I cracked this code, I started manifesting faster than I've ever in my life. And by the way, self-concept works in all aspects of your life. In dating, start identifying as a woman who gets wined and dined at luxury Michelin-star restaurants. Start identifying as a woman who receives large bouquets of flowers just because, right? Start identifying as a woman who only attracts wealthy provider men. Start identifying as a woman who is chosen, who's cherished, who's pursued and adored. Any goal I have with money, in my romantic life, in lifestyle, in travel, the friendships that I have, I adopt the identity of the version of me who already has it. And I ask myself, how does she think? How does she act, perceive herself and perceive others? How does she show up? What actions does she take? And this is how you quantum leap fast. You are closing the gap to getting what you want. This is the foundation to all of my coaching. We use different modalities and practices to marry the mind and taking aligned action with that identity for the physical manifestation to occur. So piggybacking off the first point, when I started embodying the multi-6-7-figure version of myself, started identifying as a wealthy woman, dining at fine dining and luxury venues and environments, getting pursued and noticed by affluent, wealthy men, I then asked myself, how would she dress? What clothes does she wear? What jewelry does she wear? What bags and shoes would she be out and about in? How would she show up on dates? What would her makeup, her skin, her hair look like? What would I have to look like aesthetically to be a match to a wealthy, bougie lifestyle? The first thing was I started making changes with the jewelry that I wore. I noticed that the woman that I wanted to be, she wore quality gold jewelry that was dainty, that looked expensive, and will give me that refined feminine aesthetic that I was going for. And back then I wore black studs. Jewelry that was cheap, that could easily tarnish, couldn't touch water, right? They weren't real gold. And to be honest, it made me look like a teenager than a wealthy woman, a wealthy grown woman that frequents at the top 1% of hotels, restaurants, and luxury venues. So I want to introduce Lanier, a brand that I'm collaborating with in this video. I felt a complete full body hell yes when they reached out to me. The jewelry they sell is jewelry that I would personally buy myself, and the type of jewelry I tell my clients to wear and upgrade to give that feminine, timeless, classy and elegant look and feel. So right now on my neck, I'm wearing the mother of pearl tag necklace called Iria. It's one of my favorite necklaces I've ever gotten in my life. I literally wear it with everything. I don't even take it off. I wear it in the shower. And it's so beautiful. And on my index finger right here, I'm wearing this very cute baguette ring called Trina. It is so pretty and it's so dainty. I love it. And over on this hand here, I've paired two rings. This pear-shaped white topaz ring called Martine. And I've paired Martine with Rika, which is this gold faceted ring. I'm going to put close-ups up here on the screen as well. How pretty is this? The pear-shaped one has to be my favorite for sure. And ladies, I also got this really cute travel mini jewelry case. Look how mini and cute this is. It's so high quality, right? So compact for traveling, so you can put your necklaces, you can put your earrings, you can put your rings in here, your bracelets as well. And I personally use this to store a bunch of my jewelry at home because it's just so cute, it's so beautiful, and it's so pretty on my shelf. And ladies, what I love about this brand too is their packaging. It is just so beautiful, so high quality. For me, packaging is just as important as the product itself. So I love how the brand prioritizes the unboxing experience for its customers. So I received 4 of this, so 1 for each piece of jewelry. So it comes in the mail like this. You'll get this for every single piece of jewelry. And then when you open it, it is just so beautiful. You get this buttery, velvety like pocket where you open it up and that's where your piece of jewelry is. I just love the attention to detail. So if you know, I was a designer for like over 10, 11 years, and I would design brand identities, packaging for different types of brands. So I can really appreciate when they put in a lot of effort with the unboxing, the design of everything. And it just adds to the experience. You feel so good, so bougie when you open it up and when you receive your jewelry in the mail. And what I also love about their brand is that they heavily focus on sustainability with using recycled materials. So Lanier actually uses 100% recycled gold and silver where they can, using recycled and sustainable packaging, offsetting carbon emissions for every single shipment. And ladies, if you struggle with finding your ring size with online jewelry stores where your ring size is always sold out or they don't accommodate to your ring size and only have a select few sizes, Lanier is amazing with that. And a huge win for me is that on their website, they have a wide variety of different types of jewelry, different styles, silver jewelry, gold jewelry, birthstones. So what I've done over the years and what I recommend to you ladies is invest in a few quality rings, a necklace, earrings that you like that are dainty, feminine, goes with any outfit, and you're set. I stopped buying cheap jewelry and started investing in high quality gold jewelry that will last me a lifetime, that I could easily wear casually or on a date when I'm more dressed up. For example, ladies, I wear this necklace and I wear my rings out and about casually and on dates. Because they are so dainty and they look so high end, it can work across multiple outfits, multiple different styles. Not only the energy of wearing quality jewelry made me feel more expensive, I started walking like a wealthy woman. I respected myself more. I talked more confidently. I would say jewelry is one of the most underrated things you can do to shift your energy. And once you do, you will notice how you show up more in business, on dates, how you dress will completely elevate. So I have a gift for you ladies. You can use the code BrendaL_freebie to receive a special offer at checkout with Lanier. And if you like the pieces that I'm wearing in this video, you can find the links down below together with their website. So together with jewelry, I upgraded my clothes to dressing more of a grown feminine woman than a teenager or a tomboy. So I stopped wearing ripped shorts, clothing that showed a lot of skin, that looked more hookerish than elegant and classy. I stopped buying and wearing cheap, worn out bags. I started wearing a lot of dresses, skirts. I trained myself to wear heels and started loving wearing heels, and only purchasing and wearing bags that looked luxurious, high-end, expensive. I wanted to completely transform my aesthetic to match the lifestyle I desired, which was luxury, which was becoming the ultimate rich girl, a feminine, beautiful, radiant woman that high quality, wealthy provider men were attracted to, right? And could see as their future wife. And people started taking me more seriously in business. Men could see the type of woman I was on the dating apps and in person. I had more men approaching me, complimenting me in the city, on the streets, at the mall, when I'm out and about walking. The quickest way to do this and to visualize this is to, number one, know specifically the type of lifestyle and the woman that you want to be. Again, going back to self-concept, how would she dress on dates when she's casually out and about? Number two, go on Pinterest, right? And create a 2.0 version of you. Find outfits, makeup, hairstyle, how to style yourself, what colors, what textures work well together, right? What type of bags will complement your outfits. And number three, start buying these pieces one by one. And over time, your new clothes and accessories will replace your old ones. And before you know it, you are her. And another thing is makeup. I stopped wearing heavy eyeliner and putting dark eyeshadow on and heavy foundation. So once I did the work around loving myself, showing up as my true authentic self, I became only aligned to wearing light makeup that enhanced my natural beauty than trying to hide myself with lots of heavy foundation or heavy eyeliner or heaps of eyeshadow on. I love the glow. I love the natural beauty. It's come to a point now that I feel weird if I have a lot of dark eyeshadow on or a lot of eyeliner on. And you'll notice, ladies, that once you stop people pleasing and you start only taking aligned action and doing things that are a hell yes to your soul, your skin is going to get so good, right? You're going to glow. You won't have as many breakouts because you are not stressed, in anxiety, fear, or have massive resistance with everything that you do. Because all of this are illnesses that will manifest in your body as physical symptoms. And your hair as well, it will start growing longer, thicker, shinier when you drop into your feminine, when you start nourishing your body and giving it exactly what it needs and craves. So everything connects. Watch as your illnesses, lack of energy, skin problems all disappear when you focus on internal health and well-being and you focus on amplifying joy. The third thing that changed my life in business, dating, money, everything is feminine embodiment and healing aspects of myself that was blocking the flow, the trust, the intuition, and my life force energy to come through. And when I started doing the inner work around this, I started earning more in business. I felt so much happier, more soul aligned, right? And completely lit up by my offers. I made decisions and pivoted my business through pure gut intuition and self-trust that led to clients signing up right away and making sales in my sleep. And money started falling into my lap when I barely worked because I went from masculine pushing, forcing, and doing things I thought logically I should do to trusting money, abundance, sales, soul line clients would come through when I'm in full alignment with everything that I did and my energy was fully there, than feeling massive resistance or creating a long list of things I thought I needed to do to have my business take off. And with that, I stopped using filters on my videos. Any videos that you see that has a filter was over a year ago. I don't use filters anymore for anything, right? It was so difficult at first because for years I got so comfortable looking at myself through a filter that I actually hated seeing myself for who I was. Then when I did the self-love work that we talked about before and dropped into my true authentic self, because you can only fully embody your true divine feminine when you can look at yourself, accept yourself, and love every single part of you. Everything changed for me, right? And this also flows into self-concept and how I perceived myself. And the more I had this overwhelming unconditional love for myself, my audience and my clients reflected that. The men I dated reflected that. Everyone and everything around me reflected how I felt safe to be seen and loved for who I truly am. And in dating, I literally don't lift a finger. And men spend hundreds and thousands on me on a first day, right? They pick me up, they lead, they order whatever I want, they treat me like a princess. They are the ones moving forward the relationship. They're the one pursuing, asking questions, enamored by me, right? And every woman deserves this. And I found that every single man I came in contact with saw me as the prize. They stepped up in their masculine more than I've ever experienced in my life from all the feminine energy work that I was doing. So how can you do this and how can you apply this to your own life? So to ignite your feminine energy, you have to heal parts of yourself that feels that you are not enough. That in order to receive, you must constantly do and prove that you are not inherently worthy, beautiful, and deserving. That relaxing, having fun, just being and existing, doing nothing is not productive or a good way to spend your time. You need to clean all of that up. When you haven't healed your feminine energy, it will be hard for you to receive blessings, opportunities, become the lucky girl, right? Attract money and masculine provider men with ease. You will most likely be someone who doesn't understand how it is easier for some women than others. How is it possible? She must have something that I don't. But that is incorrect. Every woman can unlock and ignite her feminine life force energy that is incredibly powerful to attract anything that she desires with ease. Amplifying your ability to trust yourself, create unshakable certainty in yourself is part of feminine energy. Having the prize mentality and acting in congruency to this in all aspects of your life will help ground you and naturally lean back to create space for men, money, and opportunities to drop into your lap. Retraining your nervous system and your subconscious mind to relax and trust that you are always supported. Everything is working out in your favor for your highest good at all times. When I embodied all of these qualities, I became fearless. Everything I wanted started unfolding. I started taking bigger risks, pivoted in my businesses even more drastically, and I would bet on myself more and more with complete blind faith because I developed relentless trust in my inner guidance system and my ability to create magic from thin air. And I also trusted that I would be divinely led, loved, spoiled, and cherished by all men. And the last one is constantly surrounding myself and learning from other women who are playing big in life. So constantly expanding my elastic band of what is possible with my business, with my income, with the type of men that I can attract, how I get to be treated and spoiled, with the type of wealthy and bougie lifestyle I get to have, with the fun and play with travel. And I would never listen to anyone's advice that I wouldn't trade lives with. Right? That I did not have the same goals, the same values, the same business and lifestyle that I wanted. And I would only specifically learn from and listen to women who were fully embodied in their feminine. So I've noticed after investing in a lot of other coaches in the very beginning, because I was new to entrepreneurship, that I didn't understand the importance of hiring a coach that valued spaciousness, right? That was fully tapped into her creative life force energy and loved to travel, loved to just relax. That was insanely successful through her energy and through her embodiment. And what do I mean by this? You can just tell through their content right on social media that they are fully taking care of themselves. Their cups are overflowing with so much self-care, nourishment. They look like they are full of life through their smile, through their eyes, how they talk, right? The way they deliver a message. They love what they do and you can just feel it through the other side of the screen. And in the very beginning, I followed and learned from coaches that led mostly or fully only from their masculine energy. That you have to put in more hours, do 10 jillion things in your business, funnels, along email automation, prospecting, randomly messaging people on Instagram, right? Randomly engaging in their content, do lead generation. I literally got so burnt out, and in one of my businesses I actually dropped for a year. I just left it for a year because nothing I was doing felt aligned, right? I felt so exhausted and never enough, that I was never doing enough. And as soon as I was introduced to feminine energy and what attraction marketing was, attracting through your energy, your embodiment, content made from intuitive downloads and ideas, that was when I started making sales in my sleep. That was when my whole business was led through pure intuition and my content became magnetic and I attracted clients without lifting a finger. No sales calls, no convincing, no proving, just showing up as my authentic self and sharing my heart. Clients came when I was turned on in my own life, when I felt safe to say whatever I wanted, whether that was polarizing, whether it was a truth bomb. I stopped doubting and I believed every thought, every idea, how I spoke was extremely valuable to the world. So when you are looking for a coach to learn from, whether it's me or someone else, learn from a coach that teaches feminine embodiment, dropping layers of masks and trauma that will teach you how to rewire your mind to believe that you will explode when you lead from intuition, from ease, from excitement and passion, than what you should do, what is logical to do. Right? And will teach you how to set up a business that will allow you to earn uncapped income without working more, where your feminine can thrive, rejuvenate, and continue to evolve and deepen without burnout. And how can you tell if it's a female coach in their dating life? They are fully in their feminine and they attract masculine providers that lead, because as I always say, how you do one thing is how you do everything. If a female coach is not fully embodied in her feminine, she will teach you how to grow your business through a lot of doing, and she won't be able to understand or teach you how to follow or how to grow your intuition. She's used to proving, going out there and getting the clients, then having the clients pay her her overnight in her sleep. So that for me changed my life. I went from hyper masculine to fully leading my life through feminine embodiment. Surrounding myself with successful, happy, feminine women that have businesses that are just so juicy, that was created, led, and structured in a way that they glowed more and more and more, right? Because every part of their business helped their feminine thrive. And everything they do is in pure alignment with their soul and passion. Their entire business molds and evolves to their growth and inner work. That is the 4 main things that I've done and noticed in the last 10 years that have made me substantially hotter, richer, and happier. So each part that I did the inner work on, it dominoed into other aspects of my life. So in summary, number 1, self-concept work. Number 2, dressing like my future wealthy self. Number 3, feminine energy work. Number 4, learning from feminine-led coaches that I would trade lives with. Ladies, I want to share that I have been doing so much inner work around feminine energy, self-trust, developing relentless certainty in myself. And if you have been following me for years, you have probably seen the shifts and the changes in my business, the content that I create, and the offers that I've released over the last few years. And behind the scenes, I'm currently revamping my entire brand and product suite to reflect the inner work that I've been doing and refining. And I want to finally announce my new course, Get Paid to Exist, which is launching June the 2nd. So this course is for women who are looking to become an online coach, content creator, or women who are already coaches but want to take their business to a whole new level. Maybe you've only known and you're used to the masculine structure of being an entrepreneur and in your business, and you want to move to a more feminine-led, juicy, spacious type of business structure. This course is it. You will learn how to connect to your intuition, your creative life force energy, develop certainty, belief, self-trust to lead yourself, how to use quantum physics and manifestation to collapse the time to your goals, how to monetize everything that you do and make money being you, how to access flow state from idea to creation to publish at lightning speed, how and when to use your masculine and your feminine energy in business, how to structure and price your product suite for profit and play, how to feel confident leading and holding space for your clients, guidance on creating long and short form content on social media. You will get lifetime access to this course and lifetime access to the private community group so you can ask questions, have the support of other women. I'm so excited because I have this deep, overwhelming feeling that this course is going to change thousands of lives around the world. And this is the course that I wish I had when I started in my early 20s, right? That would have saved me years of hustling and grinding. So the course launch date is June the 2nd, and right now the course is open for enrollment at pre-sale price. And listen up, ladies, because this is the only time where the payment plan option is available. It is only available until the 17th of April. And after that, the course will only be available to purchase at pay in full. So I would get in right now because it's the lowest investment this course will ever be. Over time, the price will increase. The link to enroll into the Get Paid to Exist course is down below. All the links to the linear jewelry that I'm wearing in this video is down below. And don't forget to use the special offer code _freebie at checkout. I love you, ladies. I'm sending you all so much love, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.